Hey, I'm Marty, a husband and father who was laid off just a few months prior to my 50th birthday. To tell you the truth, I don't really want to be making this video. I'm a fairly private person, and the idea of being on camera making a video puts me well outside of my comfort zone. But I think that it's important for reasons that I'll share in just a little bit. But first, a little bit about me. The story of my career begins about 35 years ago. I was 15 years old, earning a paycheck, working on an IT help desk during breaks from school. Throughout the years, I've worked in various roles for many different technology companies and became known as a high-performing, well-respected employee. Sounds great, right? It was, until it wasn't. I don't think I'll ever forget the phone call from my manager and the pain in his voice as he had to tell me that that day was going to be my last. So I'm going to share my experience of looking for a new job for 4 months. Spoiler alert, I never found one. And the decision I made to take control of my own future. You may be thinking to yourself, why should I care? Maybe you won't, but I know I'm not alone. I know that there are others out there in their 40s, 50s, 60s who find themselves in a similar situation, either out of work looking for a job, or maybe you're employed, but you're concerned that it's not going to last. Or maybe you simply recognize that you deserve more than trading your time for a paycheck from a company that simply doesn't care about you. No matter your situation, I believe that we can relate to one another, and there's strength in numbers. So here's my unemployment journey. So right away, I realized I was in for a fight. A lot has changed since the last time I found myself unemployed looking for work almost 20 years ago. Once I went through my professional network and unfortunately came up short, I was faced with the IRM. Never heard of it? Okay, I made it up. It stands for the Inhuman Recruiting Machine. You know the one I'm talking about though, right? Gone are the days of actually being able to talk to a human and having a reasonable conversation. Instead, it's endless web forms asking for the same information over and over that is already in the carefully crafted resume that I'm also asked to attach. Does this sound familiar? And for what? So that some automated system can make decisions about my future without me ever having a chance to actually talk to someone? If it sounds like I'm bitter, it's because I am. Over the course of 4 months, I must have applied for 400 to maybe 500 jobs, and over that same period of time, I was able to actually speak to a human about one of those positions exactly twice. Now, don't cry for me. I know that there are plenty of people out there who had a far worse experience than I did, who were looking for a far longer period of time, who applied for many more jobs than I did without success. If this describes you, I feel for you and I wish you the best. So let's cut to the chase. After 4 months of looking, I hit a breaking point. I had just applied for yet another position, this time using LinkedIn, and received this super encouraging, that's sarcasm, response from LinkedIn saying, "Congratulations, your application has been received. You were the 837th applicant for this position that had been posted 3 days prior." From the start, I knew it was an uphill battle, but that was just soul-crushing. It forced me to take a moment and reflect on the past 4 months. It made me feel like a victim of the layoff, a victim of the brutal job search process these days, a victim of there being so few jobs for so many people needing one. It was in that moment that I decided I'm through being a victim. I'm not playing this game anymore. I was done with not being in control and the fear, doubt, and uncertainty that comes along with it. I decided to take control of my own future and stand on my own, to go into business for myself. Easier said than done, especially when you're burning through savings and you have to put food on the table and keep a roof over your heads. But it's amazing how important that decision was for my mental health. Now I'm in control. Earlier, I mentioned that this isn't my idea of a good time, making a video like this. In fact, I think I would rather choose, willingly, to go shopping at Costco on like a Saturday or something. So why do it? Because going out on your own isn't going to be easy. I know that I will face many difficult, uncomfortable situations, and I might as well start training now by embracing uncomfortable things. So here I am. The idea that someone may be watching this right now is very surreal to me, and I'm humbled that you might choose to spend your time with me. In return, I'm going to continue to share my journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. As I said, I know I'm not alone. I know there are others out there, maybe you, who can relate, and there is strength in numbers. I believe we can support each other. Please share your comments. I plan to read them all. Thanks, and catch you next time.